Good morning. We are live. Welcome, welcome. Today, we're going to be doing our style icon makeover. This is the time that I usually have the Iconic Weekly show where we talk about creating an iconic life, iconic style, and iconic business. So, today we're going to be talking about becoming a style icon, what that means, how do you do it, and essentially creating a 30-day plan of your transformation, because that's what this is all about, creating a life that you love by exuding confidence, feeling good about yourself because there's a huge self-image component in there, and then being able to set up a plan so that you can transform from the inside out. My name is Afton Porter. I am a fashion stylist and image coach where I help women exude confidence and create an iconic life so that they can go out and achieve their dreams. And I am the creator of the Style Icon Method. I'm also hostess of the Style Icon Mindset podcast, which drops a new live podcast every Tuesday, and founder of Style Guide Society, where I help women who have fashion businesses stay in the fashion trends, be aware of how to create a fashionable business online. And we use style coaching in there as well. Today, I'm going to introduce a brand new coaching program that is actually a piece of the Style and Image Academy. So if you don't have a business, you don't have a fashion business, it's okay. If you're just like, hey, Afton, I want to just feel better about my clothes. I want to work on some relationships. I want to just kind of create a better life for myself and work through some things. This is for you. If you want to just show up powerfully with elegance, I am here for you. So let's get to it. At the end of this, hopefully you'll have created your 30-day plan so that you can go ahead and start executing that. And just starting today, you can just feel better about how you look, how you feel, so that you can show up in a way that's going to create impact for you and for those that you are serving, whether that's your children, whether that's a business, whether that's for you, whatever it is that your goals are. So, what is a style icon? I feel like we need to cover that before we even step into how to become a style icon. You guys, style icon is more than just looking fabulous. There's a lot of people who actually look good that we would not consider style icons. Oops, I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that. I don't even know how. Okay, there we go. That you wouldn't consider a style icon, right? There is something special about a style icon. And it's actually not what she's wearing at all, right? Because you could think of like people who have made a large impression to you, whether you're like a jeans and t-shirts girl like Jennifer Aniston, whether you're the classic Audrey Hepburn type look, it doesn't matter. More modern, like edgy, like pink. You can become, they are style icons not by what they're wearing, but by who they are. So putting on clothes on who they are just amplifies everything that's inside of them. And that's what the fun part is. It's like seeing who they are and allowing that to just shine through. That's the fun part about a style icon. They're just like interesting, right? So a style icon is a style icon by who she is inside herself, And in order for us to become style icons, we need to work on who we are on the inside. So when we put on our style superpower that I'll talk about in a little bit, that's just going to, amplify everything that we have inside of us so people can see us who we are. And I know sometimes that sounds a little scary, like maybe we want to hide. And that's what, we work on, is being able to be willing to shine, ourselves out so that we can, make that influence. And we have to be willing to be seen to be able to do that. Um, if you are, if we are, okay, first of all, there's things that we do with our clothing that is unhealthy. We could have a healthy relationship with clothing, and we could have an unhealthy relationship with clothing. And that's super important because you'll hear people talk about, oh, clothing's superficial. Um, there's all these bad things that can be associated with fashion. And it's it's the same as food. You could have a healthy relationship with food or an unhealthy relationship, right? You could eat the foods that are nourishing to our bodies, eat more foods that are, try to eat more, food that we eat is nourishing to us than hurting us. Or you could eat, like, the opposite of that is eat foods that are actually damaging to our bodies and unhealthy, right? So you have that also with money. You could use money and spend money and have a healthy relationship with money, or you could have an unhealthy relationship, right? And I think hopefully you're seeing that, as well as with individuals and people that we know. It's true with clothes. You guys, we could have a healthy relationship that we are using our style superpower. We're wearing those things that are going to activate our style icon mindset, help us, and we can go into that in a little bit. Or we could wear clothing and we're trying to hide behind those pieces. Um, we don't want to be seen. We want to cover up our bodies. We want to cover up ourselves, and we just want to just walk around in that state. Or there's also, you could use clothing to add value to who you are. We think if we spend a certain amount of clothing, wear that, now my value just went up. Okay. That's an unhealthy relationship with clothing. And the image coaching, and just working on our self-image will correct that. It helps us have a healthy relationship with clothing. Super important, because we are valuable and we are worthy as we are right now. Doesn't matter the price of the clothing, the brand of the clothing. That's not going to add value to us. We are already more valuable than anything that you could ever put on yourself. And so as we have a healthy image of who we are, then we're able to put the clothing on and find the style superpower and have that magnify everything that we're doing. So I wanted to cover, what a style icon is. So when we're talking about our clothing, we're talking about the healthy relationship of clothing that we need to have. So I wanted to make sure that that was covered. Okay. So style icon, it's who she is. It's who she is on the inside. And she's taking her style superpower and using that to magnify. And that is essentially the style icon formula that I've created to be able to create style icons. So how do we become a style icon? So number one is our self-image. We kind of covered that a little bit, but really self-image is everything. How you view yourself. So self-image is how you view yourself. It's what you believe you're capable of. Sometimes people will associate self-image with body image, and that is a piece of that, but it's not, it's not everything. So it is how we view our body, it's how we view our personality, it's what we think we are capable of accomplishing. And when we think of ourselves and when we think of what we're capable of, that is actually going to set the precedence of what your goals are, what you believe you're able to accomplish, what you're going to go after. It's actually who you think your friend circles are, what career you try to go after, what everything. It's whether or not you believe you can start a business, whether or not you believe you can date that guy, whatever it is, right? It's our self image is determining what we're capable of. So everything that you have in your life right now is based on all the decisions that you've made up to this point. Everything that all the dreams that you've accomplished, all the goals that you've set for yourself and achieved, all the habits that you've created in your life right now is based off of your current self image. And I know that's one thing that we don't think a whole lot about, but our habits are directly related to our self-image because those are thoughts that you've had about yourself and you've made decisions over and over and over again that has led to a habit where you have just created that in your life. So all your habits, all your goals, everything that you've accomplished at whatever age you are right now, I'm 46, is based off of your previous self image. Okay. It has nothing to do with what you are going to accomplish in the future. But in order to be able to align yourself to new goals, new vision, this new style icon mindset that you want to have is going to it's going to you must create a new self image. You need to be able to you need to elevate your current self image that you have for yourself. And that's why my coaching program is called Elevate, is because we need to go to the next level. Like you might have huge dreams, and I want you to dream big and think big. But if your self image doesn't align with that, you're never even going to go for it. And this is why you're going to say to yourself, I'm not worthy of that. I'm not good enough for that. I need additional training. I need this before I'm going to be able to go for that. And then what happens is you will have your first thing that comes to you, or maybe your second, maybe your third, because there's lots of failures along the way to success, right? All these stepping blocks and stepping stones. You're going to hit one of those and you're going to say to yourself, see, I knew it. I knew this is going to be too hard. I knew this wasn't meant for me. I knew I wasn't good enough to accomplish that. And we are using that as a sign that this isn't meant for us. And really, it's our self-image that isn't in alignment with that. And so you're stuck. Okay, that's when we start having that stuck feeling. And you guys, a style icon does not feel stuck. She knows what she's worthy of. She knows what she can accomplish. She might not know how she's going to do it quite yet, but she knows she's going to get there and she knows she's going to do it. So that is where we have to pull out our inner style icon from inside ourselves that is living the goals that we want to have. We have to make decisions from her. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I don't have the confidence. I don't have the confidence in that, because confidence is a major factor in your self image. What do you have confidence in? What do you believe you can accomplish? And your confidence is you're using your confidence at your previous accomplishments. So the natural self-confidence cycle is what I call it. is the baby steps that we kind of like you'll hear. Like you'll do one thing and you'll do it over and over and over again till you have really good confidence in yourself that you're going to be able to do that. Kind of like having a drink. Like I've put a glass up to myself, taken a sip, and have drank so many times that I'm fully comfortable with taking a drink of having a glass of water without spilling it. And guess what? If I spill it sometimes, I don't think, oh man, I'm just not meant to have that glass of water, right? Or that's just not meant for me. No, I've got this confidence in that if I spill it, I'm like, oops, oh well, I just need to be more careful, or, that was silly of me. Ha ha ha. I just spilt water all over myself. We don't put that, strong attachment to it that we do when we're going for something that we don't have confidence in, right? Um, so this natural self-confidence cycle is okay, well, um, we go from maybe breastfeeding to a bottle to a sippy cup to a glass. That would be the natural self-confidence cycle. So I'm using something that you've seen over and over again so you could fully understand how the self-confidence cycle works. So then when it comes to maybe going live, so let's use an example that you want to go live to be able to for your business, and you just don't have confidence in able to do that. And so you got to practice going live over and over again. It's going to look, you're going to do certain things to be more confident in it. Maybe you'll go live for 1 minute and maybe you'll extend that to a little bit longer and then a little bit longer, right? And then maybe you'll be willing to, or maybe you'll even start just by recording yourself. I know a lot of people will just do a pre-record video and post that. Then you get used to putting yourself out there, right? And you're getting the idea. So you're going to have this natural self-confidence by going out and practicing it. So how are you going to have confidence in something that you've actually never done before? Right? I want you to think about that. Like, so when you think of something that you want to accomplish, your dream, and you've never done it before, it feels really, really hard. Feels like something that you can't accomplish. But if you look out in the world, people are out there doing it. People can do it. But why does it feel so hard for us? And that's where your self-image comes from. Having that self-confidence in yourself to be able to go do something that you've never done before. And that's where you have to pull in from your style, your inner style icon, right? And think, what would she do? Because remember, all the decisions that you've made up to this point has given you your current results. Your current self-image doesn't feel comfortable, has never done this next goal before. So, how do you do that? The easiest way to explain that is to think of, if you were doing that, what would you be thinking? If you had just done a 20-minute live video, because I'm just going to go with that because we've been talking about that 20-minute live video where it was totally impactful, you're able to express yourself the way that you want to be, say the things you wanted to say in the way that you wanted to. What would you be thinking after you did that? What were the decisions that you had to make up to that point to be able to do that? And then you have to imagine yourself in that place, because otherwise you're going to go back to all of your old habits, all your habitual thing. Because what's a habit? Something that you've thought over and over and over again. You can totally change it. You can totally change all of your habits if you wanted to. Okay. So you have to have the confidence of a style icon to go and do the next level step that you wanted to accomplish. We don't have to look at our past experiences, you guys. You don't have to take these baby steps. Okay. That's the natural self-confidence cycle. That's what you've been doing your whole life. And it's fine. You will slowly progress. It's a slow progression. And that works. But if you want to take leaps and bounds, you need to pull out your inner style icon and start thinking from her. Start making decisions from that place so that you can imagine how you would be thinking, imagine how you would be feeling. It's going to create some imagination. And I know that we've been like told not to use your imagination, right? You got to be realistic. You have to it's not good to dream too big, okay? But in Elevate, we're all about dreaming big. We're all about going for your goals and elevating from where you currently are at and using your inner style icon to imagine where you would be, what you would be deciding, because we're going to have to make changes. If you want to, what is that saying? Like it's insanity to think you can do the same thing and have a different result. We need to be thinking differently. We need to be making different decisions. And sometimes that's hard. It's not going to feel right. It's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It might even feel like you're doing it wrong at the very beginning because you're going against all the habits that you've created inside. And that's okay. And that's why it's great to have a coach to be able to guide you through that, to help you see the other side. But making those changes and starting by pulling out your inner style icon. How is she different than how you are now? What decisions are she making different than what you're making now? Okay, so when you have this solid image, self-image, okay, you're off to a great start. And then you add your style superpower to it. Have you heard me talk about enclothed cognition? Okay, you guys, this is huge. It's huge. Okay, enclothed cognition is something that there's several studies that are done, but I like this specific study where a group of people were given a white doctor's coat. And when they put that white doctor's coat on, they were given a test. They scored higher than the ones who were given the exact same white coat, but was told it was a painter's coat. I'm all about creators, so it's nothing against painters. But what it is this: you have this universal idea of what people think about a doctor's education. Right. They've been educated to the point they are highly educated. And so when you put that doctor's coat on, you now become that doctor. You now have that education that a doctor has. And then you show up differently. They showed up differently to these tests and they scored higher, noticeably higher, you guys. And the way that I take that as a fashion stylist, as a life coach who's worked with a lot of women, what I've noticed is when we put on our style superpower, when we put on something that we believe, and this is why it's different and unique for everyone, we believe that we look amazing in it. We have a certain idea of what that style means to us. When we put that on and you go and show up, your test is whatever it is that you're doing, you're showing up to work, you're showing up for your life, you're showing up for your kids, you're showing up for yourself, your business. When you put that on, you're going to show up with, it's not going to, those people who wore the doctor's coat that scored higher, they didn't use any more energy. They didn't do any extra preparation. They didn't drink some super juice. Okay. They didn't do anything different than the people who were given the artist coat. That's the piece that I just ran with. Because when we put your style superpower together, you're going to be able to show up. Hey, I'm a mom. I have 4 kids. I homeschool. I run a business. I have a house. I actually have a little micro farm. I don't know if you guys know that. Sorry, my eye is itching. I have a little farm with animals. I have a lot to do. We all do. And when we are able to put on something that's going to help us show up stronger, more powerfully, accomplish more, do better, just like be on your A game and you don't have to do anything extra for it. I mean, I'm all for that. I don't know about you. Like, who doesn't need that in their life? Um, so when you're able to find your style superpower and tap into that, it's crazy. Like, it's mind-blowing what we could do with our minds. So when your mom said dress for success, she meant it. Now there's science that backs that up. The way that you dress, it matters. It's not superficial. It affects your score and how you are performing. If somebody can rate you, which nobody is, but if you could be rated, you're going to perform better if you are dressing in the clothes that is going to make a difference for you. So it's important that we are taking care of ourselves. It's important that we are finding that so that, hey, we get this one life, this one life. Let's make it the best that we possibly can. So, but what happens if you are putting on, so it's going to make a difference, you guys. So when you find your style superpower, you're going to elevate. Okay. You're going to operate at a higher level. You're going to be doing better on your exams. Okay. Your tests, but you're going to hit a ceiling. And that's where the self-image is key, because you're only going to get as high as your self-image will allow you. You will not outperform your self-image. You're only going to be able to go for what you believe that you will accomplish. What happens though, magic happens when you mix your self-image with your style superpower. You put those together, boom, magic totally happens. This is what I've discovered with the style icon method, is that when you take self-image and really work on your self-image and see where you are caught, where you're stopping yourselves, where you're self-sabotaging. You guys, self-sabotage it's so sneaky. It's so sneaky in our lives that it sneaks up on us in ways that you don't realize. Thank you so much. Um, it doesn't tell me your name because you of StreamYard, but that's okay. I will look at all the comments later. So let me know if you're watching. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm so glad that you're loving this. Um, so self-sabotage will come up as, there's like a few different ways, but one of them is there's one yay, I'm so glad you're here. One of them is that you need more education. So if you are a serial educator where you're just learning and learning and learning and learning, that could be a form of self-sabotage. You'll have to look at that. Am I just trying to learn more and learn more, but you're thinking you can't do the thing that you're trying to learn about until you learn more? It could be self-sabotage. It's most likely if you're a serial educator, like education, like you just want to learn and learn and learn. Not that you're not trying to learn more about yourself, but if you're like, I can't start this business, or I can't go live, or I can't go for this goal until I learn more about it, self-sabotage. Yeah, it's common that we want to keep learning, and it's a self-image part. It's like, okay, I'm not ready to get started because I need to learn more. Okay, that's a form of self-sabotage. Another one is if it's not easy, like people who are naturally good at things, and if they hit a block, if they hit a wall, and it starts getting hard, they'll say they'll back out because they think that it should be easy. Um, those who are naturally good at things have a hard time doing something new that they're not naturally good at. And they make it mean something that it's not. We could all learn whatever it is that we want. We could all become whatever we want. Just some things are going to be easier in some areas and for some people than others. Okay, that's the one form. Another form of self-sabotage is um, you don't feel like you're worthy enough, right? So it might come out like, I can't do that. That's good for her, not for me. There's just so many sneaky ways that self-sabotage comes into the play. But as we work on our self-image and you match it with your style superpower, it's, you guys, magic. Magic happens. It's so cool to watch with my clients. It's just awesome. So so knowing it for yourself, for your style superpower, there's colors that look better on you than others. There's styles that look better on you. So here's my tip, and I call this the X factor. So here's your style. This is the only style thing I'm going to give you today because number one, style icons are who you are more so than what you're wearing. You could be a style icon in whatever it is that you love to wear. We know, though, when we are wearing something that we feel is amazing, oh, I'm not ready. Yep, that's self-sabotage for sure. For sure. Yep. All right. I'm glad that you're getting so much information out of this. Um, so when we are wearing the clothes, wearing the colors that we like. Okay, here's another tip. When you put on some clothes and you look washed out, when you're trying to find a color, looks washed out. If you look unhealthy, look, the wrinkles might show a little bit more. That is not the color for you. So the more that if you can get some colors into your closet that you look healthy, your skin glows, those are the colors that you want to wear. And actually, I would get out any of the colors that actually don't do that. Just my opinion. But anyway, finding your style superpower is more important than all of those things. Your style superpower probably is a certain cut, is or the right cuts, the right color, all those things in the right style that's perfect for you. And so it's just too hard to do this in this video today. But you match it with your image, you're going to show up. I mean, how many of you have worn a certain outfit and you just you just felt on fire? You just felt great. You just knew that this is the outfit you want to wear on your date. This is the outfit you want to wear at your interview. This is the outfit you want to even wear for lunch to go, meet your girlfriends. Excuse me, let me grab a drink. When you are wearing something that you don't feel like you're rocking, it's actually going to slow you down. Your mind is not going to operate at that elevated level. So we talked about when you put on that doctor's coat and you were taking that exam, or they took this test and they scored higher. If something in that coat was not fitted, maybe it was too tight in the shoulders, or maybe when you buttoned it, it felt awkward. Do you think that you're going to score as high? No. We're just not going to do as well because our brain is now thinking about that and we're not showing up the same way. Now we're kind of like going back to the hiding point. And when we are wearing something that fits you right, that's using your style superpower, that's when things open up and you are showing up with more powerfully, more energy, more excitement. You're just showing up differently than if something was bothering you. Okay. And that's true with your self-image, right? So that's a physical example. If something's bothering you, poking you, you're still showing up uncomfortable. You're thinking about that. With something in your self-image, something's poking you about yourself, and it prevents us from showing up with the confidence that we need so that we could be more powerful with elegance. That's what I like to add, because sometimes powerful can sound too strong. All right. So self-image, style superpower, you put that together, and that's where that's where the style icon comes from. Pulling out your inner style icon, thinking from her position, thinking about the one that's already done all the learning. She's already learned all the things that you to know. Now what is she doing? Now what is she thinking? Start making decisions from her. Okay? You need to elevate. We all need to elevate our thinking. We all need to step up to be able to keep progressing in whatever goal it is that we're going for. So we talked about how our self-image is like our ceiling. We use the style superpower to go up to the ceiling. We raise the ceiling and we keep elevating in our life in so many different ways. Okay, so I want to invite you to join my Elevate program. It's a monthly coaching program that will help elevate you in the 30 days. It's a monthly coaching program, so you can cancel anytime. But in 30 days, you will elevate in one area of your life. And it's a total transformation from the inside, from your mindset out. Not only how you look, but how you are showing up and how you are behaving. So it's this huge total 360 transformation. And I encourage you to come and join, go through this transformation with us. And I promise you, if you stay in for a year, you're not going to be the same person that you are today. You're going to be totally and completely transformed, working on showing up differently. Inside, you'll learn style tips. You'll learn what are the fashion trends, because I'm a fashion stylist. So we're going to have image coaching. We're going to have coaching inside the program. We go into self-sabotage. We go into our image, our goals, and how we're going to line those up and achieve those things. We have style tips inside there, how you can find the right colors, how you can find the right clothes. Oh, and I promised you a style tip, so I'll do that here in a second. And then we go into we have all this fashion. You'll get a monthly fashion video. So it's all live training. So monthly of what are the fashion trends. So you stay up on the fashion trends. You have fun with clothing. It's not about spending money. It's about, wearing clothes and just kind of being aware. So if you find a good deal, then you can grab it, whether you're at Goodwill, whether you're shopping at Nordstrom's, whatever it is that you need, just being on the lookout. If you have a fashion business, this will help your fashion business. To know like what to buy or what to create for. If you just like to have fun with fashion, this is for you. Like every month, I'll have one video about what are the fashion trends, with questions. You can ask questions at the end. Another one every month is about your personal style. How can you elevate your personal style? What do you, we teach about our style journal. Some of these videos I've already done inside the Style and Image Academy, which is my coaching program for fashion businesses, is the Style and Image Academy. So the Elevate, it has, so you'll have your style monthly video, your fashion education monthly video, and then image coaching. All of those are coaching opportunities. So we will go into any questions that you have specifically about you. So it's a group coaching, and we're going to dive in every week. There's a video, and then on the fourth video is just a group coaching where you can bring in any questions that you have with image, with relationships, with really any life coaching opportunity that I can sit down and coach you with in a group opportunity. And if you can't be there live, they're all recorded. They're all available. It's $49 a month, you guys. It's a smoking deal. So I invite you all to join us and to go through this transformation. Um, so the style tip I was going to share is, and I love this because I know a lot of people worry about a body shape. They worry about their body shape. They might be worried about, you hear them talk about different, like fruit shapes. They'll talk about different, what is that? Like the math kind of shapes, like rectangle, upside down triangle, whatever. Um, the style I just look at, we need to just look at your whole body. I call it the X factor. We want to create that shape of an X no matter where you're at. So you have your top, which this is like your V that you're wanting to create. And then the bottom, then you have the inverted V. So that's what you're trying to do, and that's why I do talk, like one of the last videos I did that you will have access to. You'll have all these videos that I've done the last 4 months when you go in. So as soon as you join the program, you'll be able to go into there and watch hours of videos that I have in there actually already in the program. And then you also get the monthly ones. We're going to start in October with the coaching. Okay, so you want to bring your shoulders and then have your waist be the most narrow area. So anything that you create, if your shoulders are, well, I have kind of narrow shoulders, but if your shoulders are narrow, you want and maybe smaller than the bottom, you'll want to bring that up and then create a tighter waist. Okay, it's an illusion. You use clothes, you could use belts, you can use shoulder pads, you could use like puffy sleeves to kind of create that. Or if you need, maybe your shoulders are smaller and your waist is bigger. Well, that you still do the same thing. You want to build this up and then tighten this up by bringing your waistline to bring it up if it's smaller there, right? So you just want to look at your clothes. You're going to look over your overall body and you want to create the X factor. And so that's my style tip. There's different ways that you could do that using clothes, using fabric, using design, the cut, okay? Whatever you need to do, but you want to create a letter, the illusion of an X or the illusion of an hourglass, which is the same shape. That's what our eyes naturally like. And so that's what you want to go for. And there's different ways that you can create the X factor using belts, bringing up your waistline to the smaller area, wearing it more loose down there, looking at color to create, like if you're smaller on how do you sign up? You sign up by going to, I would love to learn from you and awaken the fashion icon in me. Oh, I love that. I was born as a fashion icon. I just know it. Yes, you were, girl. Yes, you were. We all were. We all were. Yay. Okay. So where you go to is styleguidesociety.com. Here, I'll create a banner so you can see it. styleguidesociety.com/elevate. And you might have to put the www dot. Okay. Here you go, girl. styleguidesociety.com/elevate. It goes in more detail about what it is that we do in there. I'd love to have you join. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have fun with fashion again. We're going to start believing in ourselves and in our next level goals. Okay, whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish, we're going to stay on top of the fashion trends, and we're going to work on our own personal style inside of there. So, yes, I will definitely put the link in. I don't think I could do it right until I get off, but oh, maybe I can. Here we go. There we go. I'll put it in here. Any other questions? Does anybody have any questions about Elevate? Um, we're going to, what are some, so we're going to start off the month of um, October. We're going to be resetting some goals. So for October, we are dreaming and we're going to set some goals of what we have. Um, here. Um, oh, I did do it twice. Okay, sorry. Oh, it went to YouTube. Okay. Um, we're going to be setting some goals. We're going to be dreaming. We're going to be thinking like a style icon. Okay. We're going to be coming up with those goals that we want. We need to start with some goals or we're not going to notice. Sometimes if we don't set a goal, we're not going to notice the improvement that we have, or we're not even going to go for it. Right. So we're going to be doing that, talking about that. But as soon as you join, you can go in and watch all the videos that I have in there currently ready to go. I have the fall fashion trends in there. I have shoe fashion trends in there. I have the details of different, like different details, like a neckline like this with the ruffles on trend. Okay. We have a video about that in there. We have in the program right now, we have about necklines, what kind of necklines for different body shapes, trying to create that X factor. We have all kinds of things. So I should have reviewed them all. What I have currently in there, I have pulled some of them from my Style and Image Academy program for the fashion businesses. So I wanted you to have some content in there ready to go so you can get started and get running. $49 a month, guys. You can cancel anytime. There is a deal. It's $490 if you want to do 1 year. So you save on 2 months. Oh, thank you so much. um, so you can cancel anytime, month to month, or you can get the 1 year and save on 2 months. All right. Um, join me. Let's do this. Let's elevate our self-image. Let's elevate our style, and let's elevate our life. Let's put those together and create a life that you are going to love. All right. Love you guys. We'll talk to you later.